I saw a pretty swaggy photo online that went pretty viral of you and our guy Jackson Dart at the Kentucky Derby.
I didn't even know Jackson was going.
Oh, really?
That was the craziest part.
Okay, so my college quarterback was Liam Cohen, and I know he was calling plays for you at Kentucky.
He was the main reason I ended up going to UK. I have to sit back and remind myself, like, you're in New York and you're playing football, the game that you love, and you just can't take it for granted.
All right, what up, guys? Welcome back to the Players Lounge podcast, where we get to know players just a little bit deeper, get to know them outside the game, get to see what they do on their off time, and just hear what makes them tick. Today, I'm honored to have my guy, fellow receiver, Wan'Dale Robinson. Wan'Dale, thanks for joining us, man. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How's
everything going?
Sure, just got done with practice. You know, just been grinding last couple months.
So. That's what's up. Now, you're from Frankfort, Kentucky, and the first story I heard that I got to ask you about is your dad signed you up for football with a fake name?
Yeah.
First of all, give me the name and tell me why.
All right, so it's me and the kid are actually buddies till this day. His name's Daquan.
Wait, he took a name from somebody else that's actually...
Yeah, like that's real. It was a real birth certificate.
Okay.
His name's Daquan Edwards. They call him Day. Well, that's what we call him now. But I was 5 years old at the time. And at the time and where I was from in Frankfurt, you couldn't play football, tackle football till you were 8.
Okay.
So my dad was like, nah, we're not doing the flag. So I'm going to take you up to Louisville, get this fake birth certificate, act like you're like a 7-year-old. And so I started playing football when I was 5, and way before all of my teammates, whenever I came back home, none of them had played before. So I was always a step ahead.
Were you always, like, even at 5, were you like ready to play? Like dad wasn't just throwing you out there. You was like showing signs like that. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, really the first sign was I was watching Florida when I was really young.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just always wanted to be like Percy Harvin and those type of guys. And he was like, I'm just going to put you in it and see how you do. And they put a ball in my hands, and the rest was history.
That's fire. That's fire. Now tell me a little bit more about your dad. I know you get up 5 a.m. workouts when you were younger. Like, you still, like, your dad was the one who instilled that grind. Tell me a little bit about his story and how you guys' relationship has transformed over the years.
Yeah, man. I mean, our story is crazy. I mean, you would not think we'd be as close as we are, especially knowing that he was really only in my life, like just there with me for probably a year and a half for the first 15 years of my life. But I mean, once he got home, it was always still the same things, just encouraging me, pushing me. He was like, we're going to get up at 5 a.m. Like, you want to do this thing and go to college and be in the NFL, and you're going to have to do the things that you got to do to get there. So he was like, we're going to get up at 5 a.m. I used to be mad as hell being in the garage working out. And I used to be like, man, I just want to go back to sleep. But then I remember I ended up winning a bunch of awards in high school and going to play in Nebraska. And then obviously ended up at this level. It was like, it was all worth it.
Yeah, it's something about, like, I have, my dad was kind of in and out of my life as well. I met him when I was about 7 years old. He passed away, unfortunately, when I was 20. But it's amazing about how those 13 years were so impactful. To this day, there's things that, like, happen in my life, and I'll be like, oh, my dad told me about that. He told me how that was going to happen, and now it's happening, like, in real time. So it's really crazy. And you have a really close relationship with your mom. Tell me about your relationship with your mom and how close you guys are.
That's why I do it now. I mean, obviously, whenever I started, I was playing just for the love, and I still play for the love of the game. But now, I mean, just seeing how hard she worked just to get me everything that I wanted, no matter how bad she was hurting, didn't want to get out of bed. She deals with MS, didn't mention that. But so some days are a little bit more of a struggle. So I was always, once I got old enough to realize how much of a struggle it was for her, I was like, I want to do this for her and make sure she can always be taken care of. So everybody's always pretty much good now. Especially once I got drafted, I just told her, like, you're good. You don't have to worry too much anymore, but anything you ever need, I got you.
That's incredible, man. That's incredible. Now, growing up in Kentucky, who was your favorite football team? Like, who was your squad, and who was your favorite player growing up?
So I didn't have a favorite NFL team. I
Okay.
just liked watching a bunch of players. I remember waking up. I had, like, one of my first Christmas that my dad was home. I had a Devin Hester, and I remember waking up hugging it. But college team, I was a big Florida fan. I was a really big Florida fan. Urban Meyer, Percy Harvin, Tim Tebow, all those guys. That was exactly what I wanted to be like.
Now, did you want to go to Florida? Like, was that a big time school when you were coming out and had you became a football player? You're starting to get looks at colleges. Was that one of the schools you wanted to enroll in?
Yeah, I mean, Florida, especially, like, I started getting recruited, and I'm like, yeah, I want to go to Florida. But then once you start visiting schools, you're like, you can't really have that mindset anymore. It's like you got to really think about what's good for you and whatnot. But I remember they actually called me. I was going down to Alabama, and they called me, and they were like, "We need you to come down." And I was like, "You're not going to offer me. I'm not coming." And then they were just like, "Well," and then we didn't really talk anymore after that. But I was just like, "Hey, I'm ended up where I was supposed to be."
Yeah, 100%. Now let's talk a little bit about your college journey. You started off at Nebraska, then you went over to Kentucky. First of all, what was that transition like? And tell me about your time at Kentucky as well.
The transition was smooth. A lot of the guys at Kentucky I'd already known. I grew up 25 minutes from the campus. So as a senior in high school, at one point I was committed there. So I was up there all the time. All the guys that were freshmen at that point, still came in when I went back to Kentucky, and they were still there. So I knew a lot of them, and it was pretty seamless. I knew all the coaches still. My family knew all the coaches, so it was really seamless, and obviously I was at home, so it just made it a lot easier.
Yeah, there's something about playing at the crib that just makes everything smooth. I got to ask you, my college quarterback was Liam Cohen, and I know he was calling plays for you at Kentucky.
My guy.
And I actually hit him when you got drafted, and I was like, yo, tell me about Wan'Dale. Tell me about his energy. What type of guy is he? And he had nothing but great things to say. Give us a little Liam Cohen story if you got one, or what was it like to have him call plays, and what was his mind like in the meeting rooms, like moving around? What was Coach Liam like?
I mean, he was the main reason I ended up going to UK. Wow. Let's put it like that. We had a meeting, and he just told me what he could do with me, and I just put my faith in him. Obviously, I'm coming from the NFL. I was like, this is where I want to be. And I remember one time we just watched tape for probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it was just like, this is stuff I want to do. And it was like, this is, if you want to get to the next level, you got to be able to do these things. And I was just like, all right, let's do it. And he was really collaborative. Anytime I had any type of input on anything, he would definitely listen and take it into consideration. And that was one thing I really liked about him as a coach. He was like, he would listen to his players, especially if he trusted you. But no, I loved Liam to death.
100%.
That's my
guy. He was actually my roommate as well. Okay. And we would always talk ball. And it was great, right? That receiver-quarterback relationship, you need that at any level. But for us to spend that much time together, it just made us even better on the football field. And I know he's going to crush it at Jacksonville until they play the Giants. We don't want them to win.
Yeah, thanks.
Right? Now, obviously, you got drafted here back in 2022. Give me your, what was your first welcome to New York moment? Was it going to a game, or just moving around, or just seeing New York City for the first time? What was the first time you had a moment where like, yo, this is New York?
Well, so it's actually crazy because I came up here probably a week before the draft for Good Morning Football. And I was just in the city. And I'm just like, this is insane. Like, New York City's crazy. And then, I just kind of not think about it anymore. And then I get drafted. I'm like, oh, I'm going to New York. And it's just going to Yankee games, going to a Knicks game and things like that. It's just like, wow, you're really up here and you're living the life that you always wanted to live. Sometimes I have to sit back and remind myself, like, you're in New York and you're playing football, the game that you love. And you just can't take it for granted.
That's dope. And obviously New York is known for the fashion, right? Like, to me, it's the fashion capital of the world.
Yeah.
In its own right, in a different way than obviously Europe and things like that. But what's your fashion style like? What's your swag like? I see you got Travis Scott's on. This is just a casual, comfortable swag. What's your style like, and what do you like bringing to game days?
I mean, I definitely say, just whatever I'm feeling. I say, really, I'm more of, if I like it, I'll buy it. I say more of a streetwear guy. I say I want to get more into some suits and stuff like that for sure. But yeah, I'm more of a, if I like it, I'll buy it, and love a lot of shoes. To say, a lot of times it's like I won't pay that price for this shoe, but I like it a lot, and if I can get it for a price that I'll pay for it, then I'll get it.
Now, speaking of swag, I saw a pretty swaggy photo online that went pretty viral of you and our guy Jackson Dart at the Kentucky Derby. There was a lot of swag, a lot of fashion in that photo. Talk to me about how that photo came about, and just the overall vibe at the Kentucky Derby.
What's crazy?
Was that your first time going there?
No, so that was
You've been a couple times.
I got the first year when I got drafted. That was my first year, and I've been ever since.
Okay.
After that, the first time I went, I was like, I'm never missing it again. But yeah, no, I mean, and obviously just being from Kentucky, it's just kind of been in me. Just horse racing.
Did you have any input in Jackson Dart's outfit?
No. I didn't even know Jackson was going.
Oh, really?
That was the craziest part.
Okay,
so
dope.
I had posted the picture of Churchill, and he had FaceTimed me and was like, hey, where you at? And I was just like, I told him where I was at and then where he was, and I went and found him. And then we just met up, and we ended up, as soon as I got to him, the race was going on, and that's where we took the pictures, just standing outside the suite. So, but no, I told him, I was like, next year we definitely got to get a little group and go as a team. So.
That's facts. I mean, when you got my number, I'm definitely down to go.
That's for sure.
To Kentucky Derby.
You know what I'm saying?
If there's any room for me in the whip or on the plane even. All right, let's get into some music, some cultural stuff. What are you listening to in the headphones right now? And give me your top 5 artists right now. What are you feeling?
Lil Baby. I'm always listening more so the old Lil Baby.
Okay.
Future, Vori. Who else do I listen? Rod Wave. My last one. This is a tough one. We'll go No Cap. I've been listening to a lot of No Cap lately.
A lot of inspirational vibes. I like that.
I say I don't like a lot of stuff that's not meaningful too much. Like at least it's about like want to get some money, just making me want to go play football, something like that. Just kind of gets me going. I don't really want nothing that's gonna be a little out of pocket.
It's got to hit the soul.
Yeah.
If it ain't hitting the soul, it ain't right. Now you a pretty reserved dude, pretty chill guy off the field. Are you talking trash on the field, or guys in your face? Are you in somebody else's face? What's the vibe?
I don't talk unless somebody else starts talking.
Okay.
That's more so my vibe. But if I get going, then we're gonna.
Has anybody got you riled up this year, last year, or even to date since you've been in the league?
Did anybody get me going crazy? No, I don't think there's anybody that's got me going crazy.
I'm too busy running by guys.
Yeah, I just like getting open, and if I'm getting open, you can't say too much. So, that's kind of how I like to do it.
What are your hobbies off the field? Anything you do that people won't know? Play chess or you know what I mean? What's your vibe off the field?
Shoot, I like to play a lot of board games, like Sorry, like little older games that I've used to play as a kid. Sorry,
that's vintage.
Yeah,
that's vintage. Right there.
Yeah, I say there's some other ones like Phase 10, especially. That's a big one. I play a lot of video games, college football, Call of Duty. I used to be on 2K a little bit, but once college football came out, it's kind of over with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, your new teammate, Javon Holland, has praised you for your route running. And if I know you, I'm obviously came from that slot receiver position, and you almost have to be an elite route runner in that slot position because everything's happening a little bit quicker. You got to get open, and you got to understand what's coming around you, and because you're always kind of in the trenches.
Yeah.
Tell me about your route running and why you take so much pride in it, and what you feel separates you from other guys.
I mean, obviously, I just think my quickness. I just think I can just get lateral a lot faster than a lot of guys. And then obviously just being a smaller guy, you got to get open much more than a guy that's bigger, just bigger targets. And I just like to make it an easy target for the quarterback. And it's like, there's nobody around, you got a good place to throw the ball. And then after the catch, I just like turn it into a running back. I say I used to play it. And I don't like to go down whenever I get the ball. And so I'm trying to score with it every time I get it.
You see that, guys? It's toughness. That slot receiver position, you got to be tough.
Yeah.
All right, let's play a little game. Okay, blind ranking. I'm gonna rate these types of catches to you.
Okay.
And you're gonna rank them 1 through 5. All right. First one, diving catch. Yeah, we have the gauge.
3.
We have the gauge strong.
We'll
okay,
go
3.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, one hand catch.
1.
Okay. Mossing somebody.
Ooh,
going up over the top.
All right, now 2. That's 2.
That's 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tiptoe sideline catch.
Yeah, we're gonna put that one at 4.
Okay, 4. And then last one, the reach back, the one that goes behind you and you got to go reach back and grab it.
Let's say 5 with that one.
5. Okay.
Yeah. That's more of that. I say we reach back more often with those catches than any of those.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Okay, one more game before we let you get out of here. And this one's called Football First. So you describe the first time you did any of the following things that I'm going to name. What was the first position you played?
Running back.
Running back. First interception. Did you ever play defense?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It was sometime when I was young as a kid, probably 9.
Okay.
I'd say like 9 years old.
Early
Early.
days. I love that. Okay. Next one is first football jersey you ever owned. And
Whose?
whose jersey was it?
I think Devin Hester.
Oh, Devin Hester at 5 years old. That's fire. First college offer.
Virginia.
Mm-hmm. First purchase after signing your NFL contract.
A Louis Vuitton set.
Like a full outfit?
No, like a luggage set.
Like a luggage
I got
set.
a backpack, a little roller. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got that.
Essential for the road games.
Yeah.
Gotta have it. The first person you call after a game.
If my dad's not here, my dad.
Okay.
If my high school coach, who had coached me all the way from when I was like 7, if he's not here, him. So yeah, one of those 2.
And when you call them, you get the full critique. Are they giving you?
Oh yeah, I mean they're gonna tell me how they feel about the game. There's no doubt. I mean they're gonna tell me that they're proud of me and they're happy I came out healthy. But yeah, they're definitely gonna let me know how it was.
Of course. Okay. Lastly, finish this statement. Those that know me best know that I love?
My family.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Wan'Dale, thank you for spending some time with us, man. That's it for us here at the Players Lounge. Please tune in anywhere you catch your podcast at, and we'll see you again soon.